Nasty. A plague of wasps in winter. Warning. This is a horror story. Well, next thing was they made a minister of wasps or something. And Tate and Lyle put up a reward. Thousands of pounds it was for anyone who could help find out where these wasps was coming from. You see, everyone knew how to kill wasps, whether it was with me with my bare hands, psh, or the fire brigade with their poisons and their foams. Psh. But what no one knew was where the little devils were coming from. 2 or 3 times they had a big thing on the telly with everyone having their say, and that man with the glasses, I forget his name, he sat in the middle like a king, and we all watched them. Donna used to come in while Charmaine did her late shift at work, and once the man from Tate and Lyle was on with his puppet thing, Mr. Cube it was, their mascot, and a person came on the programme and said, "I think the wasps are coming from Wapping, coming from the docks and wharves down there where the spices and raisins are stored." And we all shouted, "No, never, rubbish, take him off." And then someone came on and said, "Somewhere there must be a giant wasp, a giant queen wasp, maybe hundreds of giant queen wasps, lasting out the winter, way out of sight, keeping themselves all snug and warm somewhere." And we were there saying, "Could be, yeah, no, he could be right there, couldn't he?" After that, some people came and talked about some wasp traps and wasp poisons, but in the end, they all said that they had to find the queen. So the hunt was on, and we were getting desperate, I can tell you. Grown men were that afraid, some of them couldn't face getting themselves out the house in the morning. Some people couldn't face going down to the shops and sat indoors behind nets and netting draped all over the place. So on the telly, on the next big programme, people came on trying to get that Tate and Lyle reward for catching the giant queen. They came on with all kinds of things they'd found, like yellow beetles, dead bumblebees, and the experts kept saying, no, that's not her. And Mr. Cube, he kept saying, no, that's not her. It caught on everywhere, everyone was saying it. Once, we got the Sunday roast out the oven, put it on the table, and one of the kids took a look at it and goes, no, that's not her. Yeah, well, we did have our laughs, I suppose. But anyway, you'll never guess who found the queen that everyone was after. "No," I said, "I can't." "Donna," she says. "I don't believe it," I said. Like I said, the hunt was on. There were more and more of the wasps about. There was Tate and Lyle on the verge of being gobbled out of their works and losing a fortune or two. The hospitals were full of people who'd been nearly stung to death. Hundreds of people were creeping round their houses thinking that just because 20 wasps had crawled out their wardrobe, the queen was in there. Yeah, they probably burnt out more old building sheds and fences that winter than what they tried to do to us in the Blitz. Yeah, I said, yeah. And Donna? Well, it was the third of these big telly programmes. Donna was in, Charmaine was out, Eileen, my boy, and the baby were out. It was a cold Sunday evening in January. So me and Donna, we snuggled in together on the settee and watched. This time they had the cameras out and about, looking at different places where this queen wasp might be. A man came on and swore blind that there was a nest of queens in a warehouse place where they were storing perm mixture, the stuff hairdressers use to set your hair. "They're not there, Auntie," Donna says. "The queens aren't there." And she was right. They went all over this perm factory, in and out the tanks, up and down the ladders, and in the end, Mr. Cube came on the telly and he said, No, the queens aren't there." I think the telly people were beginning to think it was all a bit of a joke. I'll put it this way. So long as the hunt for the queen wasp was on, they were happy. They had something to make telly programmes about, didn't they? I think they loved it. But it wasn't like that for us. "It's not funny, is it?" Donna said. "No," I said, "it isn't." "Auntie, I know where the queens are," she told me again. "All right, where?" I said, listening this time. "In the dump," she says. "What dump?" I say. "The dump where we're not allowed to play, only our Neville does. And so do some of the other big boys." "Don't tell tales, Donna," I says. "The queens are in there, Auntie," she says. "Yeah, I know they're in there, Donna, love," I said, just to keep her quiet. The dump that Donna was talking about was no ordinary dump. It was a huge site on the marshes where they had drained the land. They dumped heaps and heaps and heaps of rubbish there all day long, and often long into the night, under floodlights. And they had these huge rollers out, pressing it all down. The noise was terrible. It was all fenced off with big signs up. Danger! Keep out! And there were searchlights and Alsatian dogs patrolling all round it. Then Donna said something that really made me sit up. Neville's gone out there tonight to look for the queens. Oh my God, I thought. I wonder if Charmaine knows. Doesn't she have enough on her plate working day and night trying to keep her family and food and clothes without Neville getting stung, bitten or ending up in court? Well, I said to Donna, he mustn't. It's too dangerous. No, Donna says, it's not too dangerous. Not from the wasps it ain't. There was a lot more there in the summer. What do you mean? I said. Because of the rubbish, he said. The wasps are all in the rubbish. If you go down Ridley Road, you see big piles of boxes and stuff, mouldy stuff. And the wasps go for that. They go for that rubbish. Then the dustmen come along and it all goes off to the dump. It does, Auntie, honest, it does. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to subscribe to this channel, well, you can click on subscribe. If you want to like something, just click on like. And you can leave a comment as well. That's always nice. And don't forget my website, Michael Rosen, all one word, michaelrosen.co.uk.